Oh, yeah, here we are. This is the last chance you're going to get for I don't know how long. This is the last chance you're going to have to get this graphic novel of Six Gun Gorilla. Long Days of Vengeance, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you've got
Yes.
the old cover,
I've got the old version. I've got the. Yes.
and this
It
is
is.
the new hotness, the Kanan White cover. So that yeah, we just put this stream together really fast. Or I should say, my man Rod 10 just threw this together really quick because I don't know, I'm champing at the bit. I just want just no moss. I'm ready to pull the plug.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. How long? I mean, you've been at this. This campaign's been going for a while.
yeah, man, yeah, since the summer, since
Right.
the spring, I think.
Yeah.
And by every metric, it's been a smashing success.
Dude, it's
And
huge. I mean, just
well,
in
it's
the
not
last what?
huge.
Well, I would say it is. Just in the last what couple week and a half, 2 weeks, you've
Yeah.
picked up quite a few backers, a couple $1,000s in backing for sure.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
I remember what it was like just a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, I think, to finally get my 400th backer,
yeah, dude.
and how awesome that felt. So no crying, no whining on my part. But my first campaign did about 8,
Right.
and I was very grateful for that. So the main thing is that if you're a creator, you do a campaign, you fulfill on it, you hope that your next campaign is going to do better.
Sure.
And this campaign did way better. I mean,
Exactly. That's why I mean I'm like, yeah, you say it's not huge, but you took a massive, you more than doubled your previous campaigns. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, man.
in that sense, to me, it's huge because you keep taking those steps, you're going to be right where you want and need to be. Not that long from now, you keep doing this.
I hope
So
so, man. I hope so. I'm
yeah,
just, lucky that that people love the book. That it's as well received as it has been.
yeah.
You know.
So just so people know, anyone who might not know, what is it that they're not going to be able to have access to after this closes tonight?
Okay. This When I started this campaign, I wanted to keep it real simple, right? McDonald's menu, right?
Yeah,
There's only 3 options, right? You can get the trade paperback, and I figured, okay, if I'm going to reprint the trade paperback, let me slap a new cover on there. So I slapped on the new cover by the great Kanan White.
right.
You can see it right there. Beautiful, beautiful colors by Derek Dow. And Kanan himself was really like, I think he'd done this maybe about 3 years ago, and he'd forgotten about it.
Yeah,
And then he saw this, and he was very happy with it, which made me really happy
nice.
because you want your artists to feel like the colorists have done their work justice, right? There's nothing worse than like for an artist than to feel like some colorist came along and just vomited all over their masterpiece.
Sure. Yeah.
And
I
you were saying,
no, I can imagine what that would feel like, man. It's
oh God,
yeah. And just having no control over. I mean, most people who create anything at one point or another knows that feeling of losing control of something that
absolutely.
you care about a lot and somebody does something to it that you're not very happy with. Yeah, it can be heartbreaking for sure, but in this instance, no such thing happened because it's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. See, that's the thing that's made pipping this book so easy at conventions and in the campaigns and on live streams and everything is I don't need to focus on me, the writer. I can focus on these incredible artists that I'm blessed to have worked with. And yeah, so I mean, yeah. But to answer your question, this is going to be people's last chance to get the trade paperback with the Kanan White cover, because from now on, I'm just going to be selling floppies
Right.
rather than because a lot of people get confused. I mean, I like to think I kept it kind of simple, but a lot of people are like, wait a second. So you're selling the new comic, right? Which is like the big gun down for $15. And yet the other comic is 35. What's that about? And then I have to
Yeah.
explain it's not one comic, it's 6 comics.
Yeah.
And
No, I get that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that got frustrating that you had
it
to,
did.
you had to explain it. I could see where you want it to be nice and clean going into the next campaign, where it's just like, this is it, this is what's on tap, and you can really just hyper focus your energy on selling that thing. I do get that, and it's, I'm assuming at some point down the road, maybe when you collect the next series of books, which is a ways off. Is this collected? Are these stories going to be available again at any point?
Oh, of course. Yeah, the
Yeah.
next the plan is for the next campaign when issue number 8, Cemetery Without Crosses, comes out. I'm going to offer nothing but floppies. So that way people can go down the list. They'll be able to either
Okay.
order issues like a la carte, or they
Gotcha.
can get them all in a bundle for a bargain price.
Got it. Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's the plan. So it's just, and to tell the truth, for this first trade paperback, this should have been just 5 issues. I don't understand why. I do understand why I wanted to make it 6. That's
Yeah.
because I just wanted to grab people with that with that first book.
It's
And
what I mean. It worked on me for sure. I mean, it was a great value. It was the best way to jump in and really get my head around the story and what you were doing. It still is, guys. This is grabbing this graphic novel is the way to go still, and it's really your last chance to do that for quite some time.
signed.
It's the way to go.
Hey, what's up, Sim? What's up, Simon? But yeah, to answer your question, brother, yeah, I'm close to the trade paperback, and from now I'm just selling floppies for like this foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is the whole campaign big gun down thing? So it's not, the whole thing isn't closing, just the graphic novel component. The whole thing's closing.
Whole thing's
and
closing.
You currently have a new sign up going, right? For what is it called?
Cemetery Without Crosses.
Cemetery Without Crosses. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I haven't officially launched that, but it's out there.
I found it. I stumbled on it. Do you want that link out there?
Yeah, I can't do it. It can't do any harm.
Okay. Yeah. For sure. If you want to sign up early for the next installment of Six Gun Gorilla, that email sign up has been dropped in the chat. It's also in the description below. Sorry, man. I did not realize it wasn't something you had out there, like openly.
No, well, that's because I haven't announced it. I just kind of made it and just had it sitting there. I figured, okay, nobody's going to sign up until I announce it. But instead, a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, of course, dude.
Up.
If you search Six Gun Gorilla, like all of it comes up, man. That's
because I was going to wait till there was more finished art.
Yeah.
Because Preston Exit Only Acevedo will be illustrating the next issue, and he's not going to be able to deliver any of the art for that until after he's done with Doc Salem, because
he's a busy fucking man. Yeah,
he's exactly. So I don't want when he told me, like, oh dude, yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to launch the campaign this year. It's gonna have to be next year. I was like, come on, I wasn't like, pressed.
Yeah, dude, patience is really, I don't think it's any of our strong suits. It's when you have something you want to get in front of people, but you just know that you've got to be. I think it's one of the big mistakes a lot of people make coming into this thing is jumping the gun, pulling that trigger too soon.
Yes.
So, yes. But you know the drill.
I do. I made the mistakes and everything, and I always remind people, especially if they haven't started a campaign yet and they're planning on it.
Yeah.
I always remind them that I had 2 unsuccessful campaigns before I had 1 successful one, or as I like to say, I had 3 first campaigns.
Right. Yeah, and it's a common story. I mean, I almost feel like, it's not it's not the exception. I think you should kind of assume and expect that that's how it's kind of going to go for you. If you go into this thinking, dude, out of the gate, I'm going to have that huge. I think you're setting yourself up for some pain there. And it's not to say it can't happen. It's not to say it won't happen. But
Right.
Narwhal, we know, went through the same kind of thing. You know, had that the first couple attempts, didn't didn't go a whole didn't go the distance on those, but then all of a sudden it happened for him. You know,
Yes.
so you
Yes.
just got to keep plugging, uh, keep getting yourself out there, and you're getting better at what you do the whole time anyway. So
Yes. One hopes. One hopes.
yeah,
I mean, if you're not getting better as you go along, something's wrong.
yeah, maybe it's time to look elsewhere. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
But also, you don't want to pull the trigger too soon with any of the campaign either, because that was my mistake with the previous one.
yeah.
I could have at least made 10 if I'd kept it open a little bit longer. Simon was going to close Blood Hunt, and then some people were like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Wait a second! Like, just give us a minute,
Yeah.
wait for our Trump bucks to come in," and
Right.
he ended up, making an extra 3K. So, and also, yeah, of course, we like to hit the bigger numbers, and the money is very helpful. But it's also the backers, you know what I mean, and getting more and more backers and more readers and more, hopefully fans.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. So what? Yeah. What is that? I mean, you're almost with this campaign. You almost kind of hit that magical number. I feel like 500 backers is really this interesting sweet spot that it's really important to get there.
I
I
I
know.
was I was hoping to hit 20K. That would have been nice,
Yeah.
and 500 backers. That would have been nice,
Yeah.
but I think it's time.
Yeah.
It's time, because right now it's just driving me crazy, and just like, it's like I don't know, it feels like there's like a screwdriver in my ear. It's like
Yeah.
come on, pull the plug. And that way also I'm going to be able to concentrate on a bunch of the other projects that I'm working on, and I am working on a lot of other
Yeah.
projects.
Yeah. You're also a very busy man.
Ah,
Slipstick. Sorry to hear. I hope the surgery went well. I'm glad to
oh,
hear you're recovering.
oh
Yeah, we
yeah.
have missed you. We have missed you.
I
Notice
hope
that.
hope you're doing okay, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. So you're very, I can understand that. This thing is, you've been plugging at it, quite a long time, and you just kind of, you want it off your back. You want to stop thinking about it, just move forward. I understand that.
Right, right. And also, I think that, I've done the rounds on a number of shows. A bunch of people have been kind enough to have me on. Of course, everybody that's ever had me on a stream, God bless you. I am incredibly grateful for that.
Yeah.
The support from the community has just been off the hook, and people's reaction to the book has just been humbling. I can't believe that people like love it as much as
Yeah.
they do. I figured a lot of people would like it, and maybe some people wouldn't, but I didn't think that everybody would that it would go over as well as it did. That people would
Yeah.
actually really love it, and that's just the greatest gift of all.
Yeah. 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 So, do you have a stand like a website for this property, separate from the campaign pages?
I did. Unfortunately, one of the people I was working with was the guy that was in charge of the domain. He secured it
Oh,
for
okay.
me,
Yeah.
and this is the guy. This is the guy who tried to cancel me, by the way, and
Right.
or threatened to cancel me. And
Oh, I didn't realize there was such an involved history there. I
oh yeah,
thought it was
yeah,
just some random,
yeah.
hater.
No. And this is before he thought I was like an alt right Yahtzee. This was he has a drink. He's an alcoholic. He has a drinking problem. Which is a awful, terrible disease. I'm not saying that about him just to, like, as a diss. It's a medical issue, right?
Sure.
But he kind of fell into a hole and didn't pay the upkeep, like the $10 a month or whatever, which I would have been happy to have paid.
Sure, right.
And now, if you go to sixgungorilla.com, it's like a Korean website.
Painful,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, painful. Yeah, so that was
Yeah,
rough.
I think I can't remember who it was, but I saw somebody kind of posting about how it would be nice, if more Comicsgate projects and IPs had a more central website where you could get more info, more depth on things rather than just the campaign page. And I'm like, yeah, that really would be, I think that would be smart. I know Russ Leach kind of has that with Only Death Can Save Us, and I think it's a good idea.
It can't
for sure.
hurt. It can't hurt.
I mean, and if say you've got a chance to maybe make a new fan and somebody who's not familiar with crowdfunding, like
Right.
it might be a little off-putting or intimidating for someone who's doesn't know much about crowdfunding, maybe has never done it.
Right.
If that's their only point of contact with your project, it might seem confusing or like disorienting and like too aggressive on the selling.
Intimidating.
So being able to send them to a kind of gateway website first, where they can kind of get a feel of what this thing's about, and then hit the campaign. I definitely think it's a good idea. I know it's an added expense for people, but websites these days, it's not really too bad.
Well, I
the
used
price
to have
point.
that. I used
Yeah.
to have that.
Yeah.
And of course, I have almost about 3,000 subscribers. What do you even call that on Facebook? Or 3,000?
Facebook, I don't know.
likes?
I wanted to ask you about that too. I haven't
Yeah.
used Facebook in so long.
Don't
It's been a
bother.
long time. Now, do you have is it a personal page that you're using, or is it an actual, like, what do they call
No,
it? Like a fan page?
no, it's an official page. It's
Okay.
the official Six Gun Gorilla Facebook.
So it's set up as a fan page kind of thing.
Yes, and I can
Because
post
I know there's a
updates.
difference between, like, say, a Brian Kriskow Facebook
Right.
page.
A personal
There's
page, yeah.
different rules, and the way it works is a little different if it's a fan page. Because I'm thinking
Right.
about starting one just because it seems like it does kind of tap into a different crowd, but I'm also like,
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with Facebook. I fucking hate it.
And here's the thing. Facebook at once upon a time was actually kind of useful. Hi, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually kind of useful for self-promotion or for promoting your products, right?
Yeah, right.
Because I could post a message and it would hit all 3,000 of my subscribers.
Correct.
But now what they do is you post something and it reaches 10 people and you get a message in the mail that says, like, hey, if you pony up some bucks, we'll make sure that more of your people can see this. So they're controlling
What?
access. Yes. So they're
What?
controlling access to the people that have actually liked your page. And here's the thing. They don't give a fuck.
I don't get it.
They don't. I'll explain it to you. They don't give a fuck about independent creators like you or me. There's hardly any money there. That's
right.
for the corporations. That's for the rich people. They're the ones that are going to spend $500 on a Facebook ad to make sure that everybody gets to see it. So it's shifty, man. It's shifty.
I had
as
no idea that kind of shit was going on. I mean, you would think if
Yeah, it's
people
bad.
literally have shown interest in what you're doing, that by default means that you have access to them when you post
Nope.
it. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the
I know.
platform. You would
I
think.
know. You would think.
So now you got to pay for that. It's like,
Yes,
wait,
yes.
hold on a sec.
Yeah, and a little indie guy like me can't, but they don't want my money because my money is insignificant to the money that they're making compared to the rich people that can afford to just
Yeah,
fucking.
man, they don't want your soiled, sweaty dollar bills, Brian. They don't
They
want
really
that shit.
don't. They don't. Well, they want hundreds. No, fuck that. Euros. That's what they want. Euros.
Yeah. Now,
What's up, Michael?
So are you kind of saying don't bother? Is it just not worth it at all to jump on the Facebook thing, or I
That's
mean,
exactly what I'm
okay.
saying. Don't even fucking bother.
I was really tempted, man. I was actually I was like, I need to do this.
Waste of time, complete and
Okay.
utter waste of time. Mind you, there might be other people that would disagree with my opinion, although it's kind of an objective thing. you know, like the last message that I sent, I should actually just look this up really quick. Let's see, and
That's crazy, Sim. So Sim's saying that all his promo for Blood Hunt got flagged and taken down, so that was useless for him.
there you go. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just looking for the. Yeah, hold on. To give you like an actual figure. Let's see, Six Gun Gorilla, as Wanger says it. That's not a diss. We love Wanger.
Yeah, of course. He has some kind of sinus infection.
Oh,
I
does he?
saw a post. Yeah, he said he had a sinus infection and he was moving the Wayncast to Wednesday, Friday this week.
Oh man. Oh, hey Wanger, if you're out there somewhere, homeboy, hope you feel better, brother.
Yeah, I mean, we probably wouldn't be doing this right now if he didn't, because the Wayncast would be going right now, and I'd be over there like
Right.
trying to be witty and failing. You know how that goes.
No, you do just fine, brother. You do just fine. What, see, I even have problem accessing it from, because they also changed their whole dashboard.
I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I've hated Facebook for a long time. I haven't used it in, man, I don't even know how long, but
It's the worst.
it just felt like, well, okay, even if it brings in a handful of people, if it brings them in and maybe they become potential supporters of Comicsgate books or something I'm doing, it's worth it. But maybe it just isn't worth it. I
It
don't know.
really, well, like I said, it used to be,
Right.
right? Because, it worked the way that it presumably was supposed to, but not so much anymore.
Well, one thing I was thinking about is, and I didn't know this about StreamYard until recently, that you can actually, it allows you to stream to multiple platforms at once. You can get it set up, and I didn't
Absolutely.
realize that you could do that. So I've been playing around with that.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
Drew does
like,
that. Yeah.
yeah. And it's like, it seems to me that Facebook streams do actually get more random views, if I remember correct. And maybe this has changed too, but I was like, damn, I got a lot of views on these videos without promoting them even. Just letting them stream to that platform seems like it works a little. So I was
hmm
gonna play with that, but I don't know. Maybe it's all fake views. I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Finally found the page, and where are my subscriber numbers? Boy, they've really just like dicked around with this thing, didn't they? Okay, so I have 2,215 people following, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My last post, 54 people reached, 3 engagements, 1
Dang.
like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's not
That
too
tells you
bad.
everything. Yeah. So I mean, that's just as an example. It's that's late stage capitalism for you people.
Right. I guess I'm just kind of thinking, if I'm doing the work anyway, I'm putting on shows, I'm trying to
Oh,
do all
that's
these things.
fine.
It's like,
Yeah.
are there other platforms and things that I could put a little bit of time into and just kind of send the content I'm already making over there? You know, is it worth it? How many of these things are actually useful? I hear conflicting feedback on all of them. Instagram, Facebook. It's like, I don't know. It seems like for artists, Instagram can be really useful.
I think Instagram is something that's very useful for artists. Writers, I don't think so much.
Right.
What are some of the other platforms? Uh, really, I mean, look, no website is more toxic than the twatter, right? Let's keep it real. We know that.
Yeah, it is. It is. If you go down those paths,
Yes.
I really feel like I use it just to like connect with the people I know that I want to connect with, and to promote everybody's stuff and my own stuff. I just don't bother going down those like I'm gonna get in an argument with somebody
Never.
thing. Like it's such a time suck, man.
It
So
is.
if you just kind of put your blinders on with Twitter and use it as a tool for what it kind of,
Sat.
it's great to me. I think it's a great. I don't know what I'd do without it because it's really one of the only ways I can get the word out on shows like this right now. I don't know
Absolutely.
how else I would even do that.
Yeah. That's why I always tell people when they're starting, Twitter is evil, but it's absolutely essential right now. It's like you have to use it. Just use it in the right way.
Yeah.
Use it for self-promotion and to like you said, to connect with certain people, to be part of a network. Just don't get sucked into all of the toxicity.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if you're going to deal with like haters and doxers and that sort of a thing,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
just
They will waste
don't
your time.
engage them.
That's their goal, man. Their goal
Yeah,
is to eat up your time. Just don't give it to them. And I'm
absolutely.
really, I've known it pretty much, my whole life, but it's really coming into sharp focus now just how much we need to value our time. And
Oh
it's
God,
so
yes.
many of the decisions I'm making lately is about I need to value my time more. It even and Sim, I don't know. Yeah, Sim's still hanging out, I think. Like we decided to quit smoking together.
Yes.
Yeah, yesterday.
Woo!
So I'm officially like a day and a half in. Haven't
Hell yeah.
and Sim being a badass, he jumped in and said, "Dude, I'll do this with you." Um,
Ah,
so we're going for that, and it's like in this weird way, I just realized like the money I spend on cigarettes, that's time that I have to spend. I spend that time making the money to buy these things, and what good do they do me? I waste the time smoking them. They're causing me physical harm.
yes.
Uh, and it's like I need to value myself and my time better. So that's really
Yes.
helping me. You know what I mean? It's helping me get
Yes.
there, like make these choices. So it's
We
cool.
were we were actually talking yesterday off air about on Drew's show about maybe like placing bets to see who's going to bitch out first.
On the
Nah,
cigarette front.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, no. Both, I really believe both of you. You're going to do this.
I
You're
think
going to
so.
do it. You're going to do it. And that's where my money is on. My money is on you guys not bitching out. You're going to do this.
Nice.
Uh, um, but it's like I was a smoker for like 25 years, and what did it for me was when Steve Gerber died from lung cancer from smoking.
Yeah.
And Steve Gerber was one of my favorite comic book writers when I was a kid. He wrote a lot of my favorite comics, a lot of which don't hold up, like The Son of Satan, although the couple of issues that he wrote are really very good. Man Thing, and of course, Howard the Duck, which was the thing that made his career and also destroyed
Right.
his career.
Oh yeah, it's one of those, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a strange phenomenon when something is both a this great boon to you and also a curse around your neck. Ouch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it's just like, what's the thing you're most famous for? Howard the Duck. People don't even know that it was a comic. All they could think of was the movie that was like this like gargantuan bomb. So that
Yeah, but it
that
was fun as hell, man.
it's
It's a cult
okay.
classic. It's cult classic now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really as faithful to the character as I would
Yeah.
have liked it to have been. The fact that he has a rubber in his wallet, the fact that he has
Right.
an answering machine, right? It's just like
Yeah.
Howard the Duck would not have an answering machine because nobody would be calling him,
Right, 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 right.
right? He's a total misanthrope and a misfit in his own world.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's it's one of those things, yeah, where but yeah, no, he died. I had actually corresponded with him a little bit, as a fan, and also, just as a writer, just kind of like, hey, you got any tips or anything like that. And he was really,
Yeah.
really generous with his time. And when he died, I just thought, you know what? Just like as a little memorial to him, I'm going to quit smoking.
Yeah.
And I did, and haven't relapsed. Couldn't have done it without one of these things, without the e-ciggy, right?
Right.
Because I need that. Even though this doesn't have any nicotine in it, if I'm feeling especially anxious or something like that, it's just indispensable.
I get that. Yeah, totally. Yeah, for me, it's the act of taking a break from the computer and going outside. Like, that's where throughout the day, just this one day that I've been doing it, it's like, it feels like I'm missing something. Like there's something I should be doing, and I'm like, oh yeah, this would be the time I'd go outside and have a cigarette. So it's that act of going outside that is if something's gonna break my will, it's that. It's not the addiction to nicotine. So I just need to find something to replace the act of going outside.
Exactly. Replace it with something healthy. My recommendation would be to go out and maybe do some Tai Chi.
Right. Yeah. Something cool like that.
Something
something
cool
productive.
like that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good for your health. That's also fun.
Yes.
And that is restorative. You know, for one thing, it's very easy to learn. It's very low impact. It's not going to blow your knees out like Taekwondo or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's I would recommend just experimenting with different things.
Yeah, I got some good advice. Like weights were suggested. Just in here doing some arm exercises with weights. That's a decent idea. I like the Tai Chi thing though. That could be cool.
Oh damn! I don't have them in the room with me, but I've got the Hungar weights. Have I ever showed those to you?
I don't. Maybe you did. Maybe. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Hold on a sec. I'm just gonna be a dick and just grab these really quick.
Yeah. And guys, if you haven't snagged the Six Gun Gorilla graphic novel, man, this is gonna be your last chance to grab the collected edition of this story. Moving forward, Brian's only going to be selling floppies for quite some time. So he's closing this campaign down tonight at some point. This is your last chance to grab this graphic novel. So if you haven't done it, do it.
I figure also that, I'm not like a comic book collector. I'm a comic book reader. Yeah. I could care less about variant covers and that sort of thing, but a lot of our backers are collectors.
Sure.
And so I figure, you know what? Let's make this the only time that you can get the trade paperback with the Kanan White cover.
Yeah.
And smart. With all 6 issues, because I'm not saying, I want to make it very clear, because I don't I don't want to make it, I don't want to come off as like a hustler or go back on I don't want to pull a Brightweiser. Let me just put it that way, okay?
Right.
I'm not, all right, folks, I'm not going to Brightweiser you, I promise. Right. This is also going to be definitely for Shizzle, the last trade paperback that's going to have all 6 issues. Yes. Because ultimately the arc is going to end at issue 10. And so at that point, I'm either going to release like an omnibus edition that's going to have all 10 issues, or maybe 2 5-issue trade paperbacks. Right. But so that's so far down the line.
Yeah, this is a very unique animal, is what you're saying.
Yes.
So I'm really happy to have my copy. Again, people, this is the way to go. Six Gun Gorilla is one of the best books in CG. There's no doubt about it. It's so well put together. The pacing is fantastic. The visuals are great. I mean, how many? I love. You've got the different covers in the graphic novel from all the different. How many different artists contributed on the cover front?
Wow, on the cover front, man.
Yeah, because there are just some absolute gems in this thing. Oh, beautiful.
Stunning. Oh yeah, these are the Hungar weights, by the way.
Okay, yeah. Wait, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, basically.
So you use these in
Kung Fu
unison with the Tai Chi or Kung Fu.
Yeah, I do like a little bit of Hungar, which is a really good type of Kung Fu if you're fat and can't get your legs very high.
It's reminded me of damn, this movie's so funny. The Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh God, love it.
Where
Love it,
there's
love
a
it.
guy that has all the rings on his arm.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Chu Chi
dude.
Ling. Chu Chi Ling. He is like the Hungar guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I started learning this from a video by him, by
Gotcha.
Chu Chi Ling. But you see, I've only got like 3 of these now. He had like what, like at least 6.
Yeah, they were huge.
Yeah.
That movie's fantastic, though.
Oh, it's
A lot of fun.
wonderful.
He did that director. He's done a lot of films that are really, really funny, man. His sense
Stephen
of
Chow.
humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Yeah. Great stuff.
I don't know. Maybe Kung Fu Hustle is his. It's certainly, I think, his most well known. I don't know if it's his.
It
best.
actually got a domestic release. It
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
got a domestic theatrical release, and
Yeah.
it's a movie where. And here's the thing that I love about it: you could show it to somebody that isn't a fan of Chinese cinema, and they'll love it. And then if you're like me, and you are like a devoted fan of Hong Kong cinema, most of my life, there are all these little Easter eggs. And
Yeah.
you're going to recognize a lot of those actors, like
Yeah.
Chu Chi Ling and Hua Yuan and a bunch of other people. So then it has like that extra added layer of awesome.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I mean, and he did one on soccer, didn't he? That
Yes,
was like a
Shaolin
built-right-
Soccer.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that one being pretty fun too.
It is. It
Um,
is.
Yeah.
Oh, Phil, what's up, man? He says, I just got my monkey book. Hell yeah.
Yes. How you doing, Phil?
Hope you enjoy it, brother.
Anyone who wants to jump on in here and help us close out this particular campaign, it's the last chance for people to get the collected graphic novel edition. You're
Last
welcome.
chance.
I posted the StreamYard link in there somewheres. So tell us a little bit about these covers. Now,
Oh, yes.
there are 6, like you said, 6 floppies worth of material in this graphic novel, and you do us the huge favor of including the covers in there,
We
which
do
is
do that.
lovely. Yeah,
Well, I
they're
mean,
so nice.
I mean, look, I'd be it's like you're praising me for including the covers. I'd be a dick on wheels if I
Sure,
didn't.
I mean it's it's what you're expected and supposed to do, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
love each one of the covers just has such high impact. They're really cool pieces. You can
They
tell
are.
that the artist enjoyed working with the character.
Yes, and that always comes off. You can always tell when an artist you're working with, if they're just phoning it in, or if it's a labor of love or just fun, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's by Wes Huffer, and that's the cover of issue number 3. Once again, colors by Derek Dow, who is not a guy who had any experience coloring comic books. He's a painter who does Old West paintings.
Okay.
And Wes found him, and
Dang.
yeah, he's just
Yeah,
absolutely
that's really
amazing.
cool. That's interesting. Well done on his part, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this one is so cool, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's by Chadwick Haverland, a young man who whose medium of choice is number 2 pencil. Yes,
All right.
not charcoal. He did this. It does all of his work with a number
Wow.
2
Yeah, I
pencil.
guess I would have assumed that there was some charcoal involved in this. one.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he does this incredibly beautiful photorealistic work, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice. Now, how did these images did you just kind of give them some images of the character and like the essence of it, and just say, "Hey, I would really love to see just what comes out of you from this," or did you have a rough idea for the images?
yeah. I had a bunch of ideas for covers, and the way that I work is that I will send the ideas to the artist, but at the same time let them know, hey, if you have an idea that's better, by all means do it.
Yeah.
Because one thing I am not is a control freak. I'm somebody that really believes in embracing the collaborative nature of the medium, Don't
Yeah.
that it's not about your own ego. It's all about because there's nothing worse, I'm sure, for artists that when they're working with writers that are like, well, my idea is better because it's mine. No, no.
Right.
You have to look at it differently, and if somebody has an idea that's better than yours, fucking go for it, because it's not about your ego. It's about this. It's about the finished product.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, with that, I mean, you really have to choose your battles with that. As a writer, when you're working with an artist, of course, there are times where there's something so integral to something you're trying to convey or get across that kind of needs to be there. But if it's not one of those times, and an
Right.
artist runs with an idea, you got to give them that freedom, because once an artist loses the joy of working on a project, guarantee you it's not going to be as good as it could have been.
No.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We're making comic books, people. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be joyous. And if you take it to a place where it's no longer fun for your artist, you're not just cheating them, you're also cheating yourself, and you're cheating the audience, And very often the artists that I've worked with, they've had ideas that are better than mine. Like, okay, well, that's kind of
Yeah.
cool, but how about we do this? And I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Jim Cox has Brian, is the return address on the mailer good? I got a double order, and I'm fairly certain I didn't order two.
Oh man, I do that sometimes. There are a bunch of people that are just like, I think I just ordered one. No, Jim, it's all good. That's my bad. You shouldn't pay for the return postage or anything like that. Just keep the extra copy, or give it to a friend.
Yeah, dude, make a new fan.
Yeah,
that's the best thing to do. Is maybe give it to somebody who hasn't. I would say
That's what I always say.
I don't know. Would you say it's close to being all ages friendly? I would say it's got violence, of course,
and quite a bit of profanity.
I guess it does.
Here's how I would describe it. It's not gory,
right?
Well, I mean, but there's some blood, and there's people getting shot in the face with shotguns, and so.
But they have that on Saturday morning cartoons now, right? I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched them in a while, but.
Well, here's the thing. My general rule is that it's PG-13.
Yeah.
And let's see. I have a little rated T for teen.
Okay. Right.
Right. That's because I think I would say 14 and up would be fine for this. Even 13 and up. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, I'm not a parent. I'd be a hella permissive.
Right.
Right.
And be like, it's horror movie night, but Dad, I'm 3. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and there's
such a cool book, man.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate the support.
Oh, right. 6 a.m. got into action.
Yeah. MC Mark Marinelli eats them up like spaghetti, or maybe some or maybe some Cheerios. He masticates his foes.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
that's this little thing. This is a little sticker.
Yeah.
And I emphasize little because when I ordered this, I thought they'd be a little bit bigger. I mean, it's still cool, but
of course it is.
Yeah, but next time I'm gonna order shit a little bigger.
Man.
So yeah, I include that with every issue of the Big Gun Down.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. 6 a.m. I really want to do something really cool, unique, special, like with him and I just love to do a show totally based around him and everything. All these he's done, as far as I know. I mean, maybe not all of them, but as close to every CG character as he probably can get.
Yeah, he has. Yeah,
he's done them all. It's incredible, and the guy's hilarious. He's so talented. He's funny as fuck.
He's funny as fuck. He's super talented, and also he is a sweetheart.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, for him to do, those little illustrations, these little chibis of everybody's characters, what a cool thing for him to do. you know, didn't hasn't asked for anything. And of course, I asked him. I think it was somebody else. I think it was Sim actually. That
Yeah.
was that had the sticker idea. So that's who, Simon. I stole this from you. But I mean, that's the thing about CG too, is that we're always like looking what other people are doing with the campaigns and stealing ideas, and that's all cool because who wins out on that? The backers, right?
Correct.
They get more bonus stuff. But yeah, no, he was just like, oh yeah, by all means, I'll use it. And yeah, no, he's great. He's like I consider him the sleeping giant of comics games.
Right. Yeah. I'm really. It'll be interesting to see where he goes, what he does. He's just. He's certainly someone to watch.
Oh my goodness, and I'm always getting on his ass. When you're launching your campaign? When you're launching your campaign? When you're launching? When you're launching? Tell me when you're launching, right?
Yeah.
And he's just like he's taking his time.
Sure. Smart.
He's playing the long game, and whenever it comes out is whenever it comes out, and there's going to be a whole lot of goodwill towards him. I mean, there already is.
Yeah.
And once he starts doing the rounds, oh god, Starfetch, that book is gonna blow up big.
Yeah, for sure. I did. I finally ordered. It's a real cheap ass one, but I got it's a little drawing tablet.
Yay!
Yeah. So I'll. I mean, initially, I'm just I wanted to have it so I could participate in things like Pictionary and stuff that we're doing on the channel, but I do think I'm gonna start devoting some time to just start small and just see if I can get into this drawing thing. I used to do it all the time as a kid, and
right, me too.
More just looking at photographs or images, and I was pretty good at recreating them, but it never really went beyond that. But man, I would love to be able to do my own work, like a narwhal.
Oh, wow.
That would be so much fun to be able to just to know that it's all on you, and to not have to because sometimes as a writer, there's writer's guilt with comic books where it's like, I know how many hundreds of hours this is going to take the artist, and if it doesn't take flight,
yes,
that's my fault because I didn't create something that grabbed people.
I know.
So it's frightening. So I'd rather all that pressure be on me and only be a repercussion on my head.
Now you see that's and that's very honorable. I myself would like something like that to do storyboards. Because when I write a comic book script, I sometimes like to do a little bit of storyboarding. At the same time, letting the artist I'm working with know this isn't carved in stone. If you have an idea that's better than this, go for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
rock and roll, Flipstick.
Yeah, that's awesome news. Yeah. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. They used to when Toonami had balls. Oh, people getting shot in the face? Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was a wait, Toonami. That's not. Oh, I'm thinking of Adult Swim.
Right.
And then of course, I'll think of all the times that Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck got shot in the face with shotguns.
Right.
Of course, their hair just got. Well, I mean, Elmer Fudd didn't have any hair, but their faces would just be blackened with powder, and
Yeah. God, the psychology behind all the Looney Tunes stuff. I'd love to really hear from somebody who could analyze what all of these things did to us, growing up.
Oh, they're so great, man. We were so lucky. Think about the generation that's growing up without those. Right? It's like the generation that the worst thing that Universal ever did was they took all of their classic monster movies off of television and they put them on VHS only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so congratulations, you just lost an entire generation of fans.
Right.
Right? So you just got a
yeah.
bunch of money. You got a bunch of money from the old fans, but guess what? You ain't getting any new ones. Short-sighted, man. Short-sighted. But that's the thing, man. The motherfucker's
it
always
is.
killing the goose that laid the golden egg.
Edwin's he says I'm the opposite. I take all the credit as a writer and shift all the blame to my dude. I'm adopting officially right now, this moment. I'm adopting this philosophy right here.
Yes,
It's clearly
yes.
the way to go. I
Yes.
feel better, dude. Brian, I feel much better already.
I feel
I'm
like
good to go now.
a tremendous weight has been lifted from my shoulders.
I don't
Right?
need to worry about this. If it succeeds, it's clearly my doing. If it fails, the artist, man,
Hell yeah.
dragon
Damn it.
feet.
They don't
What the
listen.
fuck?
They don't listen, damn it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So maybe I wasn't sure if that meant they backed it just now or in the past, but
Oh, I just got in my inbox.
Very cool.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for that.
Oh, Slipstick brother, thank you. He is backer number 448.
Very nice. Thank you for that indeed.
Almost at that 500. Almost at that 500. But I got to pull the plug, damn it. I got to pull the plug. It's just killing me.
Yeah. What time are you doing that? Do you have a set time or are you just gonna sometime tonight?
On the stream. Because at 9 I have to go to Shay's stream. She's doing she's hosting Adam Lawson, who's going to be doing a big launch party for the Kill Journal.
Dude, the Kill Journal, that thing looks like it's got a lot of energy coming into it. Like, it looks exciting, man.
It looks fantastic, and I have a 6-page backup story that's going to be appearing in that.
Oh, nice.
And I've seen the art for it, and it is astounding.
Yeah. Now, is that just an email sign-up page at the moment?
At the moment, but he's going to be hitting the button tonight.
That's going live tonight?
That's going live tonight.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, man. So everybody, make sure you go and check out Shay's channel and back the Kill Journal, man. There's no way that you could look at that book and not get a boner, you know? Especially if you're a horror fan like me. Because, you know, it creates a mythology around the 80s slasher, the masked, unstoppable killer. Right? Like, what is that? Like, what if there was something that unified them all? What if there was some kind of supernatural phenomenon that was occurring that was creating all of these unstoppable killers? And yeah, I mean, it looks absolutely fantastic. And also, he's going to be raffling off during the stream, he's going to be raffling off one of the Revenant masks. The Revenants, that's what
right. Yeah. I saw that.
Dude,
that's badass. And it looks like the campaign has gone live officially.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And that's really cool. Shay's going to host the launch party. That's awesome news.
Yeah, she's great. I love her to bits, man. She's one of the great treasures of Comicsgate, queen of cosplay. Dude, made herself invisible.
Works so hard, man. I mean, that's a lot of effort. That's above and beyond. Doing the cosplay, getting that doing that much preparation for a guest, and sometimes she'll do like 3 shows in a day, man.
I know.
Like, it's insane.
It is, and that's why I always give her big props. You know, because we have so many people that have busted their asses for the creators. And they haven't put out anything themselves, but you know that when they do, and you know, she's one of those people. I'm always bugging her too. When are you launching your campaign? When are you doing something? And she's also going to have a backup story in the Kill Journal, so which I don't doubt is going to be fantastic.
That's good news. Nice.
It is.
Nice.
It is. Yeah.
So I dropped links to the Kill Journal campaign and also to the Red Valkyries scheduled show for that. That's going to be now. You're going to be appearing on the show as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Brian,
yeah,
making the rounds these days, dude.
Dude, it's crazy. It's like people. I mean, like people were like hiring me to write for them. And there are all these other projects that, like Simon and Preston wanted to do a Doc Salem Blood Hunt crossover,
Right.
and they were just like, "Hey, dude, how'd you like to write it?" And I was like, "What? Yeah,
Yeah, man.
hell
Dude,
yeah!"
and this is it's such an important component. This, being consistent, doing the work, putting quality out there, being patient, just stay the course. It can be very frustrating at times. I mean, I'm officially, like, I'm really coming up on about a year of doing this channel, just kind of, plugging away. And, you just got to stay patient because it can kick your ass if you let it. If you let that frustration get into your brain, it can kill you.
Yeah,
But
without,
look what
without a doubt.
happens. Your patience and your dedication, your consistency, it's starting to pay off, man. There's no question about that.
I know, it's freaky.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. It's just like the last 2 years have been horrific. Just I mean, just bad thing after bad thing after bad thing, tragedy after tragedy after tragedy, and now this is happening, which is awesome. But
Yeah.
and then at the same time, that it makes you really suspicious. Like, I'm just waiting for, like, okay, is there like a freight? It's like, okay, things are starting to look better. Okay, where's that freight train?
Yeah.
That's gonna come around the corner and flatten me at any second. But I feel
Right.
like I also feel like I don't know. Like, Ed Brubaker said something that gave me a great deal of comfort. Actually, Ed Brubaker, who is one of the top comic book writers in the mainstream, was anyway. And he was the one that was doing Captain America when Captain America was awesome. He did the whole Winter Soldier arc, right? So he brought Bucky back, and he did it in a way that not only didn't suck but was awesome. And he says that he always has the feeling that he's waiting for people to realize that he's not supposed to be there. That he's
Right.
like waiting to get discovered, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
he's tricked everybody into thinking that he knows what he's been that he knows what he's doing, and that one day people are going to go, "Wait a second, you're not supposed to be here."
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And and even though I've been practicing my craft for 30 years, that's still
Yep.
kind of how I feel right now.
I think I love it when people that have achieved a certain level of success are willing to kind of share those details about what goes
Yeah.
on in their mind, their mental process, because it it's one of those things that it's going to be relatable to so many people, because I think
Yes.
we all feel that way to some extent at some point or another. And when you do come across someone who just seems like they're just absolutely filled with confidence, and they seem like they just always know what they're doing, and it's like more than likely they also have that little thing in there that's
Yes.
it's just, we all need to understand that, because I think it helps put people at ease.
It does. It does. And also, it makes it easier for people that want to throw their hat in the ring.
Right.
Like, I can't tell you how happy I was when my graded point 5 peeps were like, you know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we give it a shot?
Yes.
Right? And you're seeing, and what happened? Peregrine, boom!
Huge.
They devoted so much time and energy for so long to promoting other creators.
Yeah.
Of course, they created this tremendous amount of goodwill,
Yes.
which in the community, which certainly doesn't hurt. And they put out what looks to be an absolutely wonderful quality product, and it's taken off. And I couldn't be any happier for them.
Yep.
It's and to me, that's the beauty of this community, is that we don't we don't resent each other's success. We celebrate it. We revel in it.
Dude, I love that we get to do that. We don't.
Yes!
I think because we know that all the successes amount to a growth, to building something. So it's like, not only do we, is that how people are? Yes, we celebrate each other's successes. We get to do that because we know that it's all we're helping each other. you know, and
Yes.
instead of looking at it as some kind of, you know, if you succeed, that means I succeed a little less, seems to be the prevailing attitude in like mainstream context, and that's like
Yep.
that's poison, man.
It
We
is.
don't want that here, and
Fuck
yeah,
that.
so
Negative
people's
shit.
success is it's so cool to see people kick ass.
It is.
Um,
It is. And especially when you have people, that aren't so sure of themselves. And, I mean, I've gotten messages from quite a few creators that have, people, I'm not going to name names, but people have hit me up in private and were like really stressed out over the launch of their campaign and looking for a little bit of advice and everything. And, I
yeah.
can't say that I was especially useful, but the main advice I gave them was calm the fuck down. It's gonna be
Right.
all right. And I was
Yeah.
like, especially once I've seen the work, like I've gotten a little peek at the thing that you're working on with Inky,
Yep.
and I was so elated that it looked so awesome because when you have a friend and they show you something that they put their heart and soul into and it's
I
not
know it's
great.
really tough to deal with, or to know how to deal with it. Because
Right.
I mean, we know deep. I think we all understand deep down, like you you don't really do someone a favor if you don't bring honesty to the table. If you kind of just placate them or shirk your responsibility of giving real feedback, I don't think it really does anyone any favors. You know,
It doesn't, but then there are some people that just don't want to hear it.
that's true. That's on them though. That's their
It
thing.
is. It
Like
is. It
it is
is.
tough to know how to handle that though, because most people we don't enjoy like kind of saying, "Hey, by the way, this is kind of bad, and maybe you're not quite ready for this yet. Give it a little bit more
Yeah.
time." We don't
Yeah.
like doing that, but sometimes it might be the most valuable thing someone can hear.
It would be, but there's some people that are just, I don't know, delusional, or they can't. You know what I call it? I call it American Idol syndrome, right?
Mm.
And I'm somebody that never watched a single episode of American Idol, but it's one of those things that becomes such a cultural milestone. It's everywhere. You can't get away from it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
evidently, one of the things that people loved was watching the auditions, where these people would come out and they would caterwaul, and
Right.
then they'd finish and they'd be like they were acting like they were Pavarotti,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh my god, the lack of self awareness.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my greatest nightmare as a writer. Would be to be
Well,
but
and like, okay, did the people in that person's life, the one you're describing at American Idol, now did
yeah.
maybe they should have been a little more honest with this person. Maybe it's just they got smoke blown up their ass by mom or friends and
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think they're and Comicsgate I think maybe could use a little bit more honesty sometimes when it
Sometimes
comes to projects. But I know nobody wants to be the one to do it.
no, of course not. And the thing is, in the private, and like in the private chats and everything, we do talk about each other's projects, and like, oh, have you seen this? Have you seen
Yeah.
that? And I can honestly tell you that whenever we have those discussions, if there's a book that fails to live up to its promise, or it's less than professional,
Yeah.
or if it's just not good, it's never with a sense of joy. It's
Right.
always it's like, oh,
I
hey,
know.
have you checked like, oh yeah, I got this in the mail the other day. Oh, how is it?
The heavy sigh of doom. Yeah, I know.
Right? Because
Stefani, is it Stefani or Stephanie? Do you know the proper way to say the?
I think it's Stefania Renee.
Okay,
But
Stefani.
I am not ready. Well, you know what? If you're not ready, that's
I
good
don't,
that
dude.
know
Have you
that.
seen Thomas Moria? Have you seen the project?
Wait, is she the artist on that?
He.
Oh, Thomas
Yes.
Moria is fucking amazing.
Yeah, yeah, and he's thinking he's not ready,
Woo!
but I think that
Oh
might
yeah,
be
yeah,
more.
exactly. Yeah.
I think it might be more in terms of he's not maybe doesn't feel ready to like do the big thing, like go on all the shows and do the big promotional push, but it's already getting tremendous support. It's an outstanding project, man.
And here's the thing too. Here's the thing too. We are not gatekeepers. We are gate openers. I always say that. I know, but I say that, keep repeating that because it's true. We've put in the thousands and thousands of hours in social media, streaming, and everything to create a online presence. But that doesn't mean that you, a new creator, have to do that. We'll open the door and we'll, have you on our streams. We'll get you doing the rounds, and if your book looks fantastic, it's gonna sell. So
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's what it's about. And that's what I love about this community. There's a real pay it forward kind of a spirit. And yeah, Thomas Moria looks absolutely fantastic. So Stephanie, you might not think that you're ready, and maybe you're not, but I would show your work to some other folks. Maybe pop on a if you're I don't know if you're a writer or an artist. If you're an artist, hop on
Both.
a
I think he does the whole. I think he does the whole thing on this. Yeah. This.
for Thomas Moria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
could be
Oh
wrong
yeah,
on
yeah. We're
that,
talking
but
to yeah. No, we were talking to him the other day. Yeah, this is an. I mean, tell me that this looks like an indie. It doesn't.
I know it's astounding work. It's so beautiful. He was on John Maylan's with you, yeah?
Yes, yes,
Was
yes.
he on that show with you? Yeah.
I
I mean,
think so.
obviously, the artwork
I,
is incredible. We've we've got to get his echo problem figured out. Hopefully, he's working on that.
oh
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
on,
yeah. That's right.
yeah, he was on the collaborative art show on this channel. I
Right,
think he was
right,
on
right.
Bancroft's show, and every
Yes,
time
I
he
remember.
just has this huge echo thing that's going on, and it's like, damn it, we got to get that fixed because you got to make the round, son. You got to get out there and push this thing because it could do massive numbers.
Well, he and Rob Muerto need to do a tag team because
Right.
His English isn't that great. So Rob was translating for him.
That's right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Which once again, it's just like that's another thing that I love about this thing. We're international. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
it's really nice that such just ignorant racists can come together that way and help each other.
We're
uh,
the all new, all different alt right Yahtzee party. We've got black Yahtzees, we've got trans Yahtzees,
I
we've got Jewish Yahtzees. I mean, did you name it? We're inclusive. We're the new inclusive Yahtzee party. It's ridiculous. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always someone's always there to help out, to help you with the slack, to pick things up, to get things going. I mean, to offer advice, share knowledge. I mean, this is a network of people that actually give a damn. They love what they're doing, and it's just like doing this show today, man. I saw you made a post on Twitter that you were like, I'm gonna shut this thing down tonight. If anybody wants to host, and I'm like, hell yeah, man, I'll do that.
Thanks, dude. I
Uh,
appreciate it.
yeah, let's get
I appreciate it.
that one last final breath of air into this thing, and you know, that's just what we do. That's how we do this thing.
Hell yeah. And I see Stefani says that they do both, write and illustrate. Yeah, don't be shy about sharing your work. You know, and you
No,
don't
he
even
certainly
necessarily.
isn't. Yeah, he's not shy about sharing the work. I think with Stefani, it's more about going on the shows and being
Oh, okay.
really engaging that part of it. I think that's maybe where
Oh,
he has, that's going to be tough for him, but
it's tough
he'll
in the
get there.
beginning.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think he only has a phone to use, I think, for doing the live streams, so I
Oh,
don't think his
okay.
setup is too great.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. It's something that's, oh my God, I remember the first streams that I went on. I was awkward as hell. But at a
Right.
certain point, you just cease to give a shit, and that's when you start just being yourself. And then not only is it tough, it actually kind of becomes fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I can attest to that. I mean, it's just starting to get that way for me. I'm not saying there have been many times where I've had a great time on a stream
Right.
and
Right.
doing this, but almost always there's like that, before the shows, I still have the nerves and I get
Sure.
sometimes I'm like, oh, I just don't want to do this. I try to find a way out of it. You play those little head games, but it's finally getting to that place where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just hanging out with people I respect, I enjoy, I like, I appreciate. We're having good conversations. We're promoting each other's work. It is starting to become just a good time. It's fun.
It is. It
You know what
is.
I mean?
Absolutely. And the thing is the more fun that we have, the more fun these streams are going to be for people to watch.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big component of it. The more you can just kind of
Hey,
relax into
Lucius.
your own skin and be yourself and it's got to flow. You got to be spontaneous. And if you're tense, if you're locked up, if you're nervous, that's not going to happen. So
Right.
you just start doing it. Anyone who's out there who's like, there's too many channels, it's too saturated, there's too many comics out there. It's just don't let those excuses get in your way because
Yeah.
just start today, and then a year from now you'll be like, I'm so glad I started that day.
Right. Right.
Just
And
start.
and especially if you have a book that looks like Thomas Moria, damn.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So
It's going to do very well. It's going to get a lot of support and
rightfully so.
yeah. So one last time for everybody
Yes.
who
Yes.
sees this, this is your last chance to get Six Gun Gorilla in the graphic novel form, 6 issues collected. This is the best way to jump in on this story right now. You're not going to be able to get this book after tonight. It's done. You will be able to buy the separate floppies of these stories, but you will not be able to get this collected edition. So if you've been thinking about getting on this ride with this book and Brian Kriskow, this is the moment to do it because it is going to close down here very shortly.
As a matter of fact, I was just going to ask you, how do I hit the button? I don't even know.
I have
Wait,
not done that myself.
You haven't done that
So,
yourself. Why am I
no.
asking you?
Yeah, that is something I cannot help you with, sir.
Simon, Michael, somebody in the chats.
How do I stop this thing?
How do I stop this thing? Hook a brother up.
That's funny, man.
See. Yeah, because I did it once before, but that was like 6 months ago. Let's see here. I'll do a quick Google search.
And by the way,
Yes.
you snagged another backer.
Oh hell yeah! Thank
Yes,
you.
you did. Yes, you did. Not sure who, but Lucius is asking how long to get it in the mailbox. How long will it take to get it to him?
I'm thinking about a week, 2 weeks. Let's see. I'm about, how far am I through fulfillment? I am at least about 3/4 of a way through. Now I am doing the old, first come first serve with the backers, which
Yeah.
is to say, if you order your book, you're going to be at the end of the queue. Sorry about that, but fair is fair. But let's see, I got about 17 pages to go. Yeah, this is
It's a
my,
lot. How has that been, man? Is it getting better? Is it getting easier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It is. But I hope to make sure that everybody has their books by the end of October.
Right.
Right.
Nice.
And I'm using that as like an extreme example. I'm hoping that people get their books even sooner than
Okay.
that. But that's by Halloween you should definitely have that.
All right. So Lucius, by Halloween for sure you would have it. Yeah. Someday we will reminisce about meeting on these early streams.
We will.
Absolutely. Sure.
We will. Absolutely. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
and that's going to be interesting. Let's see.
So are you still figuring out how to close
Yeah,
this thing down?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. This thing, last chance, folks. This campaign is literally going to be shut down as soon as Brian figures out where to do it. Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Let's see, my campaigns.
This is the official wine now.
Yeah. And let's see, actions, edit campaign. Let's see.
Ace, this is a really good point you're making here. One day at a time, one step at a time, making one connection at a time. It is, especially if you come into CG, you're new to it. It can be like you just want to do everything at once. You know how that can be when you come into something new and you're filled with that high energy passion for it. But I would say, like, don't try to take on too much at once, because if you're not able to follow through on everything, that's where people start. You want to just consistency and trust is really the currency in CG, and
it is.
Just if you commit to something, you absolutely want to make sure that you can see it through.
Absolutely.
Everybody has down moments and things, and everybody misses the mark sometimes.
Hiccups with fulfillment, I've certainly had them. You know what I mean? Like, I'll run out of Gemini mailers, I'll run out of books or something like that, and it happens. But the wonderful thing is that if you have a problem with your order, you can contact us directly and we will deal with it directly. Right. So if somebody gets a mangled book all jacked up by the post office, I'll send you another one, or if I like an idiot send you 2 copies when you only ordered one, you get to keep that extra copy.
You get the freebie. Hey, Brian.
You get the freebie. Yeah.
You got another backer.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know.
Now it says that to end the campaign, I have to delete it?
Maybe you shouldn't. You just keep getting backers here. No, it is that time. But guys, I really appreciate everyone who's come hang out to watch this show, sharing it out, and certainly stepping up to the plate and backing this project, snagging that graphic novel while you can. That's greatly appreciated. I know it's appreciated by Brian.
It really is. It really is. I've been really, I don't want to get all mushy, but what up, Luke? I don't want to get all mushy, but y'all make me feel mushy. I got the strong. You give me the strong fifis, people, and this community gives me the strong fifis. Because it's been a motherfucker of a year, and the year before that for me was a motherfucker too. And this has been CG has been an oasis for me.
Nice.
And y'all have been an oasis for me, and that includes you too, Roddy. And you too, Luke, and and so many other people that I don't even want to start rattling off names because
we'll be here.
We'd be here all day. But that's from the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unlike people in the mainstream, we're not fake ass motherfuckers.
Right. So did you figure it out? Did you find it?
No.
No.
So I'm not going to be able to do it on the stream, but I am going to do it tonight for sure.
Okay. So it looks like just because he's never closed out a campaign before, he's not sure how to make it happen. So
I have closed out a campaign before. I just don't remember.
He doesn't remember.
Did anybody in the chat? Anybody hook me up? No, I don't see anybody hooking me up. Damn it.
So you might still have a very small window of opportunity here to get in on this graphic novel, but the campaign will be closing out tonight, and I do want to remind everybody to go hit Red Valkyrie's channel here. What do we got here? We're talking in like 5 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, I know. I got a boogie.
Okay, you got a boogie. So everybody,
boogie now.
Thanks for hanging out. I'm posting a link to Red Valkyrie the show that's going on for the Kill Journal. It's about to start over there. Brian
yeah.
will be making an appearance on that show as well. It's going to be a good one. Brian, thanks for hanging out. Chat, thank you for being here. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
sir. Thank you.
And to the backers, of course. Man, golden. Thanks, everybody.
You're the best, folks. You're the best.